Hey everyone, just going to give a couple more minutes for people as they're starting to trickle in. Feel free to keep utilizing chat and we'll be with you shortly.
I think you're on mute if you're talking there, Shannon.
Helps when I unmute myself. That's why cameras are on so people can tell. For those that don't know me, I am Shannon. I'm the product evangelist with Runding.
Yeah, and then I'm Aaron. I'm the tech lead for our schedule and earned value. We will be doing a little two-parter here where Shannon will handle the presentation and I'll be the moderator for questions and answers. We have a little tab at the top of your nav bar in Teams where you can put in questions that we will do our best to get to. If we don't get to it during the meeting, that just means that it was either a really good question we want to deep dive into, or there's a lot of questions. But either way, we will get those answered and emailed out to you regardless, so don't think you were skipped over.
Awesome. All right. Thanks, Aaron. So today we're going to be talking about the earned value addition to our schedule. We'll be using Primavera P6 for our demo, but everything that I'm showing today will also work within Microsoft Project. I'm excited to expand on our schedule offering and how bringing in earned value management can really enhance how you manage your projects. First, though, let's touch on who we are here at Runding. So we've worked with Kahua for over 6 years, and our developers are experienced with how the platform works and Kahua's mission. We did see a bunch of you at EI, so I saw a lot of familiar names popping in, so nice to work with our partners again. And we've worked with Kahua on a lot of their in-depth integrations, including GSA, which is actually what led to the development of our schedule. So our applications are designed to look and work just like their any other Kahua application. And like Kahua's application, our roadmap is heavily influenced by user feedback. So the earned value management inside of Kahua's ecosystem. So this management system is an extension to our schedule, and it allows you to perform those earned value analyses in Kahua and review schedule and financial performance metrics. So there's 3 levels to adding earned value into your construction management project when relating, the schedules, earned value, and Kahua. So level 1, this is general project management. That's all handled in Kahua, and any scheduling software that a user has is siloed elsewhere. Level 2 is when our schedule is adopted and starts bridging that gap between the schedule data and Kahua. Usually, only 1 or 2 people on a project have access to the schedule file. This starts to connect that schedule data to the broader audience. And then there's level 3, today's demonstration. Now earned value has been added on top of schedule, and we've deepened that connection to Kahua, and we're enhancing the reporting and overall visibility throughout the Kahua ecosystem. So let's take a look at some of the connections I just referenced. So with the schedule suite, we're acting like that bridge between your scheduling software and your Kahua project. So schedule links out to your work breakdown structure. We match schedule tasks to specific WBS items. With milestones, we actually extended the Kahua milestone application to allow schedules to drive the dates. With assets, we added that asset tagging overlay so you can utilize anything on an asset-centric project to be utilized within those scheduled tasks as well. And then companies and contacts. So we reference individuals. So if you have an internal resource that's responsible for the schedule or an external agency handling something for you, that's all managed within the schedule, and you can assign specific contacts to specific tasks and specific contacts and companies to the schedule record as a whole. Then when we add in earned value management, we're adding an additional level that extends out to the cost management side of Kahua. This is going to include records such as your contracts and your budgets. So we pull that information into the earned value analysis and your certain reporting metrics. All of this is done during configuration, and all of this is very unique to each user's case. All right. Aaron, do we have any questions while I bring up a demo?
None that have popped in yet, but yeah, again, Q&A button right at the top of your nav bar in Teams. If anything pops to mind, I will do my best to get to it.
All right, so I've already got a schedule imported into the Kahua environment and connected out to the Kahua apps that I referenced. So if you're curious about that initial import process, please let Aaron and myself know, and we can set up a time to show you that process. So here is the Kahua UI. So I'm actually going to give us some more real estate here. And we're going to start within the earned value application. All right. And from the earned value application, I think it's best to start with some of the pre-configured reports that are available to users out of the box. So we're going to navigate to the report screen, and we're going to start with the second one here, the earned value performance values. So bear with me. We're going to choose the record that's already been set up. And from here, we have two options. We can either download in one of these file formats for easy sharing, or we can view on screen, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give it a moment and then make this a size that everyone can read easily on screen. All right, so earned value, performance values. This is the common earned value report for your project, and this shows the financial health of that project as of today. So details the plan value, earned value, and actual cost curves over time, so you can see how everything is trending. So this demo project did very well, amazing actually, and it was ahead of schedule and finished on time. So this is the first report that's available. So let's close out of here and bring up the earned value performance index. Same as before, we choose the earned value record. I'm going to view on screen. Bring it down to a manageable size for everyone. And a little bit smaller so you can see all the details below. All right, so earned value performance index. So this shows the indexes plotted over time. So this is the overall schedule SPI and CPI, and it's visualized so you can see the trends. These reports are great to use as cross-project benchmarks, so having multiple from different projects. So you can look at them side by side and compare multiple projects at the same point in time. So anything that is above a 1 is doing well. Anything that is below a 1 shows that you're behind. So this is the second report that is available to all users with earned value out of the box. All right, so I'm actually going to close out of reports, go back into our view. I'm going to choose that earned value record. Give it a moment to load. There we are. So from here, I'm going to go into this other new area, the managed grid. So this is a visual connection between our schedules record and the cost apps that we've connected for our reporting. So here we have the financial data that is displayed against work breakdown structure items, or WBS items. We can adjust curves to see financial health of our projects, and we can dial into specific items as needed. So that's exactly what we're going to do. I'm going to choose facilities construction here, down to electrical. So for installation, we have our curves. So if I choose the curve type, this is all available to users out of the box. So everything here that you have, you can choose these different curves to see how your project is doing. Now, For this project, we've configured it to use the Kahoot funding budget and Kahoot's general invoice cost documents. Our plan value amounts are coming from the budget approved section of the WBS, so that's this line right here. The actual cost is coming from the actual cost field of our general invoices. We use general invoices for this, but this could represent a journal entry or transaction, something signed off from the vendor, crossed off by the accounts payable team. You can customize which areas of Kahoot drive these features. So then when we get into the earned value, that is calculated from the schedule record inside of the schedules application suite, which I will get to a little bit later. So the cost documents that you're using are ultimately up to you, and these are decisions that are made during the initial configuration of the application and by project. So this is all very dependent on how you want your projects to look. But now we have a completed project here. If I wanted to show, we'll see an S-curve, you'll see that this updates in real time. I'm just gonna click OK. All right, so then all that's left is the earned value record itself. So this collects and displays the data from that schedule application and the Kahoot cost apps in record form. So here we get to see a snapshot of performance metrics at the project level. Our planned value, earned value, and actual costs are easily displayed alongside important variances and performance indexes. So to give you, I'm going to go to performance. I'm going to give us some more real estate. So here at the project level, we have our planned value, earned value, and actual cost, and our variances right on easy display. We also have important dates and then some general information. So before we finish, I'm just going to pop over here to scheduling, to the Schedules app. So for those that are familiar with the Schedules application, you're going to see that this looks very similar with the addition of the performance area. So this extends the information in schedule tasks while maintaining links to other areas such as the work breakdown structure or tasks, so you get where you need to go. So let's dial into this. So again, as you can see, it looks very much like schedule tasks. I'm just going to grab electrical inspection, give us some more real estate. So this, all those places you need to go. Our dates a little different than how they're set up in tasks. So we have this more grid view with start, end, and duration. We've got our slippage, we've got our actual, now again, being a completed project, it's a little different here. And then we have our performance, and this is all by activity. So each activity within the schedule has its own version of this. Yeah, so I'm actually going to show you different project. This is one that is in progress. So if I go into performance here, let's find one air condition installation. This one's not completed. So to give us a little more real estate here, you can see that not all my numbers are matching. I actually have an index for schedule and for cost performance. So these three areas, they are based off of a general earned value calculation on the back end that's set up. Now, it's important to note that everything that is in schedules and performance that I showed you is just the schedule record. The only time that your earned value is touching anything with Kahoot applications is within that earned value application. So if you're looking for the full picture, the full experience using your cost apps, you're going to be within earned value. If you're looking for earned value displays for reporting that is just that scheduled document, you're going to stay within the Schedules app and use this performance task. So those are your two big differences when you add earned value on top of your schedule experience. So that's the end of the tour of earned value. So let's go back to demonstration. Oh. Okay. This got a little out of order. All right, Aaron, so what questions do we have?
Yeah, we got a couple this time around.
Awesome.
Couple good ones, actually. So first of which was, how and how often are the reports updated? And that's a pretty straightforward one to answer. So those reports are generated as you select the entity and click view on them from your live data in Kahua. So hopefully that answers both parts of that. So yeah, from your Kahua data that's actively in there, the moment you click that view button, it updates the report. And I do believe Kahua actually has a function to schedule reports as well, if you wanted those to be live generated at varying intervals.
So what you're talking about is the moment I choose the record and hit view on screen, it is grabbing the most up-to-date information.
Yes.
Cool.
And then the next question is, if I have a CPI of less than 1 and an SPI of greater than 1, that's a really good performance. So in that case, it would be a bit of a variance based on which of those metrics are higher or lower. You actually generally want them both to either be equal to 1 or better than 1. A CPI of less than 1 would actually mean you're slightly behind on budget because that's measuring against your actual cost. But an SPI of greater than 1 would mean that according to your schedule, you're ahead based on your planned value. I know it's a lot with earned value as you're getting used to how that works, but lots of good questions there and always happy to answer on those. The third one I did see we have in chat is, what does the snapshot field do? I do believe that's actually part of the base earned value app, and I'm not 100% on how it functions, so that's one I'll have to get back to you on in the future.
Yeah, and if we just want to take down who sent that question, we can email you with a detailed answer.
And let me make sure there's no new ones since then. Yep, nothing new, but definitely feel free to ask if we get them at all. We will come back to this like by the end of tomorrow, and if we see new questions published in here, we'll send them out in an email, any answers.
Awesome. Yeah, again, if a lot of times I know when I'm on these webinars, I think of a question pretty much immediately after I close it out. Definitely, you can email us, you can post in the Teams webinar chat. We'll get back to you. All right. So with that, on behalf of the Runding data team, thanks for joining us today. We are really excited to bring more knowledge around our rSchedule app and help continue to bridge the gaps between scheduling and project management within Kahua so everyone has a full experience. Just a little snapshot of our team. All right, so thanks everyone for joining us. So we do these demos once a month on Thursdays at 2 p.m. Eastern. The next one will be December 12th and is tentatively slated to cover base rSchedules and schedule-driven milestones. So we'll really be deep diving into what happens when you turn milestones from standard out-of-the-box milestones to schedule-driven, and you're using it within that Kahua and schedule workspace. So that's next time.
Cool. If we want to real quick, there is one more question that did just get dropped in that we can answer real quick.
Perfect.
Which is, what financial data for earned value comes from the imported schedule versus from Kahua? I can take that one if you would like.
Sure, and I'll just pull. That's actually really well shown by the managed grid. So
yeah, and so to answer that, it can be a little bit of all. That one is almost entirely based on your personal configuration on how you've set up earned value. Of course, the schedule data has to come in from the schedule, so the earned value itself comes from the schedule. But otherwise, your planned value and actual costs can either be driven by the schedule or by information you've already got in Kahua, depending on how you've configured the earned value backend configuration. So that's where you get a lot of flexibility there to go with how your organization wants to do it.
yeah, and just to recap this one, the planned value is the budget. So that's taken from the approved budget that we have, and that is, I believe, this one. Yeah, so we have a budget in here already, which is driving that. And then our actual cost for this project is driven by the general invoices that we have here. So these are the costs that are against the project as a whole. So that's what gives us our full picture of earned value. And then, of course, the earned value itself is taken from the schedule. And we can go into schedule, or yeah, for earned value. So that is, if we go into performance here, it's taking this number from earned value. But again, this is something that is completely customizable. So that's how we have it set up. All right. Any more questions?
There's a couple that have popped up in chat, but I'm actually going to take those ones into email.
Perfect. Yeah, so be looking for an email from Erin or myself in the next couple days, as well as keeping an eye on LinkedIn for December 12th, when we are going to be back here at 2 p.m. Eastern for schedule-driven milestones. Thanks for your time, everyone. I genuinely appreciate it. Have a great day.